Hi, my name is Jessica Mark, and that's my sign name, JC. I was born deaf, and my parents are hearing. I have a little brother who's also deaf like me. I believe that our deafness is caused by genetic. When I was growing up, I was basically involved a lot in the deaf, because having a deaf brother and a deaf uncle was really good. But the only problem we had with our parents was on communication. And because I was the first child, and my mom didn't know that I was deaf initially, she placed me in a hearing school. And also, when she found out that I was deaf, she had this aspiration and hope that I would one day talk and become a normal child. And also at that time, there were no famous deaf people or successful deaf people for my mom to look up to.
I've seen her grow up from her teenage years to a deaf adult. And during that time that she was growing up, she took on leadership responsibilities. She was very good at organizing.
I lost out a lot on childhood because most of my time is either in the hospital or going to all these various places. And the other choice that my mom put me to was on speech therapy. So I had lots of time going to speech therapy and lost a lot on mixing with the other friends. The speech therapy in some ways was not successful for me because I was severely, profoundly deaf. And at the age of 10, 11, I decided to enter a deaf school. And also, my mom decided to put me in an after-school program that was held at the Pusat Maju Diri YMCA Kuala Lumpur. So after school, I would be there most of the days. And this is where it was a life-changing experience for me, because I get to meet deaf staff or deaf teachers in this YMCA. I also meet other deaf adults, and this has given me lots of learning opportunities and how to become a leader. So at the tender age of 11, 12, 13, during my teenage years, I participated in many programs that was conducted for the deaf by the deaf. I was really, really grateful that I changed to a deaf school to become what I am today. And as I completed my education, I realized the need for deaf persons to serve other deaf persons in the community, because who better to serve the deaf than the deaf themselves?
She is a very efficient person. She gets things organized really well. She's a very confident young lady. She knows what she wants in life. She knows how to get things done. And I think that has helped her in her career and also in her development.
I applied for and finally got a place to do a one-year internship leadership program with Daskin Foundation, Ainoa Foundation. It's a support program for Asia Pacific disabled youth, for all persons with disabilities. For the whole region of Asia Pacific, they only picked 10 people with persons with disabilities, and I was the first deaf in Malaysia to be able to participate in the program. And the whole total of 10 people, only 2 of us, me and a friend from Vietnam who is deaf, was able to participate in the program, but it also include other youth with disabilities like the blind, physical and all that. So during that one-year program, we were placed in many institutions that was providing services to the deaf. That gave me a sense of pride in being a deaf person and representing Malaysia. And when I came back, I finally decided that it's time that I work full-time in a deaf organization. And provide the services and opportunities that I've had in Japan to our youth and children in Malaysia. And that's where I have become since.
She is a role model for many of the younger deaf people. We have children, we have teens coming through here, and people like Jessica becomes a role model for them. You know, somebody who has gone through who has education, who goes abroad, who gets a job, and then has you can call a normal life, you know, a career, a job, get married, get settled down, and to be successful in what she does, and to be somebody that they look up to.
My values. I've always wanted to. I always want to have this image that I'm a deaf person first. I'm very proud of that, and I find that I'm equal with other people, regardless if they don't have any disabilities. And I know, as all human beings, we have our own weaknesses and strengths, but we are all on par, regardless, you know, and there should be respect for one another. Okay, you have your own culture, you have your own language, weaknesses and strength. I too, as a deaf person, have similar values or similar to what you have. I'm always positive. The past has given me the experience to move me ahead and to give me the additional information. And I don't have the attitude of never give up. I think some people think just because we are deaf, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. And of course, yes, I understand sometimes we're alone in the kind of work that we do or in the kind of crusade that we want. But I don't give up.
For her fellow colleagues, they also see the way she works and they realize that it is not a handicap. They merely can't hear, that's all, and they communicate differently. But she gets her work done, she is efficient in what she does, she carries her weight, and she is able to do all her programs and do what is necessary to keep the department going and to keep the deaf work going.
I think the never give up attitude that I have was actually working with the deaf community itself. The deaf people have a place here at the YMCA Kuala Lumpur, and I'm in charge of providing the services and programs based on their needs. So sometimes when I do that, the deaf people themselves are not supportive of the idea. So it can be very depressing for one, because here you are, you know, very gung-ho about things and being very positive, and you want to make sure that the kids and youth are growing up, and you know, these are the programs that I have benefited from, and I thought this would benefit them, because I don't want them to be looked upon as being pitiful or being handicapped, but to drive them to say that they are also a contributing member of the community and not to be passive. So sometimes this drives me crazy, you know, like, you know, they're so stubborn, and you know, I keep saying, come on, you know, lift up. They keep saying, I can't do this, it's so difficult to look for a job, companies don't want to employ me. And I said, hey, there's more things out there that you can do. So, and I find that because they've lacked that exposure, that lack of support within their families also. So that's something that I have gone through every day, but I know I won't give up and not stop there.